Hello everyone, here's Sophia Saad and I'm gonna talk about stress in simple words. These are my sources for the video today: English Phonetics and Phonology by Peter Rock and Cambridge Dictionary. Let's begin. What is the stress? A stressed syllable has a longer, louder, and higher pitch than the other syllables in the word. Articulation is expanded, more effort to pronounce, more breath, more prominent, higher pitch, perceived or recognized. Stress like shidda in Arabic, like you stress the word. You focus in this area of the word. We will mark a stressed syllable in a transcription by placing a small vertical line, like this, high up, just before the syllable it relates to. So we don't put this symbol on the letter or on the sound. We put it in on the stressed syllable, in the first of the stressed syllable. Okay. Nature of the stress. When we are talking about nature of stress, we talk about 4 elements or 4 factors: louder, length, pitch, different in quality. So louder, it's louder. It's not quiet, it's louder. Length, it's not short, it's longer. Pitch, what is the pitch? Pitch, the quality of a sound, governed by the rate of vibrations produced in it. The degree of highness or lowness of a tune. Here someone is speaking, so I am speaking here, like there is high and low vibration. This is the pitch. Okay, what is the difference between pitch and intonation? Or what are the differences if we have more than one different thing? Okay, pitch refers to the highness or lowness of a sound or tune in speech. Pitch can convey different meanings, emotions, or attitudes. For example, a high pitch may indicate excitement or surprise, while a low pitch may indicate boredom or sadness. Intonation, on the other hand, refers to the rise and fall of pitch in a speech. It is the pattern of pitch. So pitch is part of intonation. It is the pattern of pitch changes that occurs across a sentence or a phrase. And it can also convey meaning, emotions, or attitudes. For example, raising intonation at the end of a sentence can indicate a question, while falling intonation can indicate a statement. So, when we describe a word, we use pitch. When we describe a phrase or sentence, we use intonation. Okay, you get it here. So, prominence, or the important thing, is produced by 4 main factors: loudness, length, pitch, and quality. These are the 4 factors of prominence or the nature of stress. Don't forget about it. We have the level of stress. So stress different from one to another. So we have the primary stress, here the first one, the primary stress, then the secondary stress, then the unstressed. Placement of stress within a word. So we will see if it's simple word, compound word, or complex word. What kind of speech is this word? So is it verb, adjective, adverb? Number of syllables. How many syllables this word has? the phonological structure. Is it strong syllable or weak syllable? Whether the word is morphologically simple or whether it is complex as a result either of containing one or more affixes, prefixes or suffixes, or being a compound word. So simple word, we know simple words. How about the complex sentence when we find affixes? If you find prefixes or sometimes suffixes. About the compound word, you know, it's simple word but it's compound with each other, like fireman, breakfast, and so on. What the grammatical category of the word is? Say, is it noun, verb, adjective, adverb, etc. How many syllables the word has? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. What the phonological structure of those syllables is? So is it weak syllable or strong syllable? So these are the placement of stress within the word. Don't forget about them. Okay, let me refresh your memory for a second or for a moment. You just remember when we talked about the phonological structure of the syllable. That when we talk about the syllable, we have the onset, rhyme, peak, and coda. And if we want to know is it weak or strong syllable, we will see the peak. The peak is the most important thing in the syllable. Okay, let's talk about the strong syllables. When we say this is a strong syllable, first, the peak is long vowel or diphthong, with or without coda. So it doesn't matter if this word or this syllable has coda or not, or doesn't have a coda. It's a strong syllable because it has long vowel or diphthong. For example, we have die, I, heart, art, ah. Okay, this is the first one. The second one, we have the peak is short vowel followed by at least one consonant. So we have short vowel with coda, like bat, much, po. Okay, this is the second one. So we have weak syllable. Weak syllables equal weak peaks. Schwa sound is the weakest vowel. So you see schwa sound and syllable, you directly say this is a weak syllable. We have schwa sound, long and short e without coda. The syllable is weak when it ends with the short e sound and the next syllable started with a consonant. Like here, design, design. So here, we put the stress on the second, design, because it's weak syllable here. So in general, long and short e is weak. Long and short u without coda, and the syllabic m, n, ng, l, r. Weak syllables are always unstressed. Okay, this is a general rule. Although we do find unstressed strong syllable, only strong syllables are stressed. So the strong syllable can be stressed or unstressed. It depends on the situation. Let's dive deeper. Two-syllable words. As a general rule, a verb of two syllables has stress on the second syllable. A noun of two syllables has stress on the first syllable. Keep this in mind. Two-syllable words, verb. So these are, okay, when we talk about verb and noun, this is as a general rule. We have our exceptions. We have our exceptions. So verb, second syllable, noun, first syllable. Let's focus on verbs. If the final syllable of a verb sounds weak, then you should emphasize the first syllable when you say the word. It's a bit complicated. I will explain it by simple words. So we are talking about the exceptions. As verbs, the stress on the second syllable. But here, an exception. Let's take the word enter. Enter is two-syllable word. Enter. Enter. Okay. You see here. We have two syllables. Okay. We said, as a general rule, we have to stress the second syllable. But we have to say, okay, we have to see the peak. The peak of our second syllable is the schwa sound. The schwa sound is the weakest. So, we cannot stress it. We cannot stress weak syllable. So we will stress the first syllable. Get it? Okay, I will explain the other word. We have here open. Open. Two-syllable words. Open. Okay. As a general rule, we said verb stress, or the stress on the second syllable. We see the peak here is the schwa sound. The schwa sound is the weakest. We cannot stress it. So we put the stress on the first syllable. Okay. What about envy? Envy. Yeah. Two syllables. The stress on the second syllable. Okay, we will see. We have here a short E sound. And it is weak. We cannot stress weak syllables. So we will put the stress on the second or the first syllable. Equal. 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 The peak here is the schwa sound, the second, and it is weak. We cannot stress weak syllables, so we put the stress on the first syllable. This is an exception. I want to bring your attention to something important. When I explained open, I said here the second syllable is contains schwa sound, so we cannot stress weak syllable. We will put the stress on the first syllable. Okay, one of my friends said, so here's a schwa sound. Why you put here the stress here? Here is not schwa sound. Here's a diphthong. Oh. It's not like even in the sound is different. Oh, open. If a syllable in a word has O, the diphthong O, it's usually not emphasized when you say the word. So it's a general rule. We have exceptions, but this is the general rule. For example, we have follow and borrow. We cannot say follow and borrow, so it's follow. The stress on the first. Follow. Borrow. The first syllable. Let's talk about adjectives. Two-syllable simple adjectives are stressed according to the same rule given. So as we said here in the verbs, we will see which one is weak. And we will decide where we put the stress. Okay. We see here like lovely. Lovely. We don't say lovely. 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 No. The stress here. Yeah. Love. Lee. Here the stress. Here we have short E sound. It's weak, so we put the stress on the first syllable. Here, divine. Divine. We have here diphthong and short E sound. So diphthong is stronger than the E sound. So we stress the word here, divine. Even. I'm sorry, it's not event, it's even. Even. So it's even. Here we have schwa sound, and schwa sound we cannot stress the schwa sound. We put the stress on the first syllable. We have correct. We have here schwa sound. We cannot stress the schwa sound, so we put it on the second syllable. We have here hollow. It's not hello, it's hollow. So because of the O sound, we cannot stress it, so we will put the stress on the first syllable. For the word lovely, we said we put the stress on the first syllable because we have the short E sound in the second syllable. Yeah, it's correct, because we have short E without coda, so we put the stress on the first syllable. Plus, it's kind of complex word with suffix. So love and lee. Lovely. So we have these situations in complex words, and I haven't explained it yet in this video. We will talk about it inshallah in the next video. So I'm so sorry. This is the book that mentioned this example, and I have to follow the book. And this is for clarification only. Thank you. And about divine, one of the cases when the syllable is weak, we have the short sound E followed by consonant in the next syllable. So we have to stress the second syllable because it's weak. Here is weak. Here, when we talked about the weak syllable, the syllable is weak when it ends with the short vowel E and the next syllable started with a consonant, like design, divine, and so on. So we have to put the stress on the second syllable, not the first syllable. We have alive, alive. So we have schwa sound here. We cannot stress it, so we'll stress the second syllable. About nouns. Nouns require a different rule. Stress will fall on the first syllable as a general idea or a general rule, unless the first syllable is weak and the second syllable is strong. So it's clear. As money, money is a noun. So we will stress the first. Money. We don't say money. Money. It's money. Product. Product. Okay, the stress on the first syllable. Larynx. Larynx. The first syllable. Larynx. Product. Money. Okay. Divan. Divan. Here we can say it's as a general rule, we put the stress on the first syllable, but the first syllable has E, short E sound. We cannot stress it, or it's a weak syllable. So we put the stress on the second syllable, like divan, divan. Balloon, balloon, balloon. No, balloon. It's not balloon. 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 Here the schwa sound. We cannot stress schwa sound or the syllable, the weak syllable, so we put the stress on the second syllable. Design. Design. Yeah, the first syllable is weak because of the short E sound, so we'll put the stress on the second syllable. Let's practice stress on verbs. So we have here those words. The general rule with verbs equal the stress on the second syllable. Okay, great. We have protect, below, clamber, festoon, detest, menace, disconnect, enter. We will omit disconnect because it's not two-syllable words. Okay, protect. As a general rule, we will stress the second syllable. If I don't know the general rule, I will see here like protect, two syllables. We have schwa sound. We cannot stress weak syllables, so we'll put the stress on the second syllable. Okay, what about below? Below. So we have bill o. When we have o, we cannot stress it. We cannot put stress on it. So we'll put stress on the first syllable. Clamber, clamber. As a general rule, we have to stress the second syllable, but we have here schwa sound. It's weak syllable, so we will put the stress on the first. Festoon, festoon. Here, as a general rule, we'll stress the second syllable, and because we have long oo sound with coda, so when we have coda, the oo sound become stronger, so we will put this, the stress on the second. Detest, detest, it's like design, it's like divine, so we will put the stress on the second syllable because we have short E followed by consonant, and we will put the stress on the second syllable. We have menace, menace. So we have here short sound, short E sound. We cannot stress it, so we will stress the first syllable. Menace, menace. We have enter. I explained it before. We have here, as a general rule, we have to stress the second syllable, but we have schwa sound equal weak syllable, so we have to stress the first one. This is the answers, or this is the answers. Where are the answers? Yeah, this is the answers. So let's practice on nouns. As a general rule, we said nouns equal the stress on the first syllable. Okay? We have language, captain, captain, career, paper, event, injury, connection. I will omit injury and connection because it's more than two syllables. Okay, language, language. It's obvious, like you can hear lang over guage. It's like language. So it's a general rule. The first syllable. Captain, captain, captain. You can see, you can hear it clearly that cap is over than 10. So the stress or the general rule. Okay, we have career. Okay, here you can see the first syllable is contains, or the peak here is schwa sound. You cannot stress weak syllable, so we have to put the stress on the second syllable. As you hear, you can say career, career. You can see rear over k. Okay. Paper, paper. Yeah, it's obvious, it's the first syllable. And you cannot stress the schwa here. It's paper. Okay. Event, event. You can hear vent over e. Here e is weak syllable, so you have to put the stress on the second syllable. And these are the answers. See you soon with the part 2 of this video. Thank you.